What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel, SonicSound. If you're new here, I listen to new music for the first time and also revisit some old favorites. So today is the day I am doing my first full album review, and I'm going to be reviewing Hayley Williams' solo project, Petals for Armor. Like right here, I love this. I don't like it. An interesting song. I love this fucking song. That happens in life, I guess. I'm so sad that it's over. Now, I've done a couple videos on some of her songs that she's already released. This album just dropped May 8th, and she's released it in a couple different parts, kind of up to the full all release date. So there's 3 parts. I haven't heard anything from part 3, but I want to listen to it as one cohesive album because that's what it is. Even though she put it out in 3 separate pieces, it's a cohesive album. So I'm going to listen to part 1, then part 2, then part 3. Really excited for part 3 as I haven't heard anything from it. I have heard, I lied, I have heard tiny snippets, but if I had to remember them right now, I couldn't. So I'm going in with a fresh mind, fresh ears for part 3. And just for some perspective, I am a huge Paramore fan, so I've liked a lot of the tracks on Petals for Armor so far. However, there are some tracks that I don't like at all, so really interesting. And yeah, I'm just excited to kind of see this all come together and listen to the whole thing. There's 15 songs on the album. It's almost an hour long, I think. Grab some popcorn, grab some coffee or a beer, whatever. This is going to be a longer video rather than just a 1-song review, obviously. So here we go. I'm excited. Let's get to listening to the first track, which is Simmer, which was her first single. Let's do it. Simmer down. Gotta simmer. All right, so that was Simmer. I feel like Simmer is one of the strongest tracks on this record, even though it's the first, single that she released and everything like that. This song is so brooding. It's dark. It has kind of that just like, I don't know, like almost like a grimy type, moody feel to it, and I love it. The little nuances with the breathing, and even like in the beginning when she's almost kind of doing like a scat and everything like that is really cool. I think I read somewhere that like that's how the song started. She just started, doing noises on the microphone. When I first heard this track, I was like, whoa, where are we going? This is totally different than Paramore. And it is, but at the same time, it's a little kind of like Paramore, which is nice. But as you get further into this album, sounds start to be completely different than something that Paramore would do, especially compared to their last album, which it just so happens to be 3 years after the release of After Laughter. That's, a total like kind of dance, bright / very sad album. And this has no brightness to it, or at least in this song in particular. Okay, so let's dive into number 2, Leave It Alone.
Don't nobody tell me that God don't have a sense of humor. Now that I finally wanna live, the ones I love are dying.
Wow, listen to that line again real quick. Hold on, I need to listen to it one more time. Right here.
Now that I finally wanna live, the ones I love are dying.
So obviously she's talking about, her mental struggles and, suicide at one point, just very deep, dark times in her life. This song is not my favorite as far as like musically, But as far as like a topic and everything like that, it's, you know, it's definitely just, I don't know, it touches you in a certain way. It's, you know, one thing to, you know, have somebody like Hayley in your life and be like, wow, she's such a role model and I look up to her, and then realize that they've been in some real pain at some point in their lives. And it's kind of obvious everybody goes through pain, but it's like a wake up moment when you think about a hero of yours or somebody you look up to who has, you know, those really dark, deep moments. But anyway, we're like 20 seconds into the song. Let's continue.
Becoming friends with the noose that I made, and I keep trying to untie it. The truth's a killer, but I can't leave it alone. But I can't leave it alone. If you know love, but I can't leave it alone. But I can't leave it alone.
All right, so Leave It Alone, second track, totally different than Simmer, a lot slower, a lot more hypnotic. Well, Simmer's hypnotic too, but this is definitely like leaves you in a trance, almost like state listening to this song. I love the strings in Leave It Alone. I feel like the song though could have had more impact, especially because the lyrics are great, I think, if it was a little shorter. I feel like it kind of drags on a little bit, but the song is absolutely beautiful and sad at the same time, which I really love when that kind of mashup happens. I think the song is overall beautiful. It's such a deep song, but yeah, like I said, I feel like it would be better if it was a little bit shorter. I do wish there was a different song directly after Simmer. To me, it's like it kills the momentum, but it's a beautiful song. I really do enjoy Leave It Alone a lot, but maybe could have been better at a different place in the album. But okay, next song is Cinnamon. Here we go.
On the walls of my home, there are signs that I'm alone. I keep on every light. Talk to my dog, he don't mind.
So immediately when you start listening to Cinnamon, you can tell it's got like this stop, start, weird rhythms and everything like that. And then her vocals are like the, you know, all over the place kind of range. It's interesting. Like the first time I heard this song, I immediately was like, this is different. That kind of encompasses what I think Petals for Armor is for Hayley Williams. It's an experimentation. It's just a bunch of different stuff, but at the same time, like a cohesive sound, like Petals for Armor kind of has a sound. But let's continue into Cinnamon.
If ever I let you in, cinnamon, I'm not lonely, baby, I am free. Finally, if I let you in, cinnamon,
Okay, so that is Cinnamon. An interesting song. That's like my first thought when I listened to it was like, wow, this is, you know, this droning kind of vocals and everything, and then this funky bass or guitar in the background. It's all over the place pace-wise. It's just such an interesting track. Honestly, Cinnamon is probably one of the least favorites of mine so far out of the 10 I've heard. Out of the 3 so far, Simmer, Leave It Alone, Cinnamon, Cinnamon's the bottom for me. Just personally, I don't get a lot out of that song. I feel like I'm doing something wrong when I say I don't like something because I like Hayley and I like Paramore and I like all of that so much, but this is just a song I'm not the biggest fan of. Speaking of songs I'm not a big fan of, and I haven't listened to it much, so maybe I'll change my mind. But let's dive into track number 4, Creepin'.
Batty pair of eyes creeping, aiming like a laser pointer. Poor little vampire baby, we bleed holy water.
So why you creeping round here?
I like how it starts, and then as soon as like the chorus hits, the creeping part, I fall out of love with it. It's like I like the other sound way better than this weird, loud, just not, and I just don't like the way that part sounds. This part right after the first creeping part, I love the soft vocals, I love that sound, I love that vibe, and then it just like jumps into this why you creeping around here, and I've left the ship at that point. I don't know what's going on. Like right here, I love this. And then
so why you creeping round here?
I don't like it. Okay, so I actually like the song more than I thought I did. I listened to it maybe like 4 times before, so that was like my 5th listen. I like everything else besides the why you creeping round here, and then the like creeping like part interspersed throughout the song. Everything else I kind of dig about that song. I wish just that part was swapped out for something else. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like Creeping could have just been left off the album in its entirety. I don't feel like it has a very strong place on the record. What do you guys think? Should Creepin' have made the album or been cut? I think it should have been cut, but that's just my opinion. All right, let's go into number 5, Sudden Desire. This is the last song on part 1. Here we go.
Wanted him to kiss me how, with open mouth we keep our distance now. I wanna feel his hands go down, but try not to think about what happened last night outside his house. Too far to go back now, just wanna feel his hands go down. Sudden desire, sudden desire. Take the elephant by the hand and hold it. It's cruel to tame a thing that don't know its strength.
So real quick, the elephant line, and it doesn't know its strength. That was alluded to. Some fans found like an old picture on Hayley's Instagram. So she was kind of leaking out, before anybody knew it, lyrics to Petals for Armor songs, which is pretty cool that somebody spotted that. I love this song overall. I know we're only a minute into it in the review, but I think it's kind of got that soft tone and then it explodes. And it kind of fits a little bit more into the Paramore mold. I know this is supposed to be different, or it's not Paramore, so I shouldn't be happy if a song sounds like Paramore. Anyway, I love her vocals in it, and it's funny because when I first heard the song and it started very slow with that kind of, just a slow bass line, I thought it was going to be like Leave It Alone a little bit and kill momentum. It actually doesn't kill momentum at all. It is a momentum builder, if anything. But yeah. This is probably my second favorite song off of part 1, right after Simmer, but let's continue listening to it.
I'm a gentle giant, painful reminder. Don't look in my eyes, I feel a sudden desire. mouth, an open mouth. We keep our distance now. I wanna feel his hand go down. I'm trying not to think about what happened last night outside his house. Too far to go back now. Just wanna feel his hands go down.
All right, so that's Sudden Desire. Also, obviously, a more maybe risque lyrically song for Hayley Williams. You know, talking about an encounter with maybe your friend or something where things went a little too far. I have no idea. I have no idea, but that's what it sounds like from the lyrics. And I don't know. I just think it's a really cool song. I love just all the different sounds in this song. The droning bass, the slow parts, then the high, you know, shouty vocals at parts. I also like how it starts the same as it ends. And just overall, I think it's one of the most complete songs on the album. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. All right, so that is the end of part one. Part one's all over the place. It's got songs like Cinnamon and Creepin', which are definitely more on the oddball side as far as my taste. Awesome, moody Simmer, and then a louder Sudden Desire, but also has some quiet parts. So part one is very interesting. Out of part one, my favorites are Simmer, Sudden Desire, and Leave It Alone, in that order. Okay, so let's dive into part two. The first one being Dead Horse. I reviewed this song on the channel before. If you didn't see that, check it out. So I'll just do a couple thoughts on Dead Horse real quick.
All right, it took me 3 days to send you this, but sorry. I was in a depression, but I'm trying to come out of it now.
Every morning I wake up from a dream of you holding me underwater. Is that a dream or a memory? I beat it like a dead horse, I beat it like a drum. Overstayed with you too long, skipping like a record. I sang along to a silly little song.
Okay, you could probably tell from my body language, I love this song. It's a jam. Me and my girlfriend, we've been singing it for over a week now. You can't get it out of your head. It's got the hook. It's catchy. It has a little bit of after laughter kind of tone to it. The lyrics are great. This is one of the best songs on the record, in my opinion. But we're only 6 songs in, so maybe I'll change my mind listening to the last, part of this album that I haven't heard yet. But out of the 10, Dead Horse is up there. It's up there, yo. All right, let's continue listening to Dead Horse.
Beat it like a drum, overstayed with you too long, skipping like a record. I sang along to your shitty little song. When I said goodbye, I hope you cry.
All right, yeah, that's Dead Horse. The song is obviously about Hayley Williams' divorce. She stayed with him too long, but it's also about the part where she was the other woman at one point, and then that happened to her, which, that happens in life, I guess. And yeah, so it's interesting for her to come out and say, truth like that and everything. But overall, the song is, in my opinion, one of the best jams on the album. Love Dead Horse. I also love the drum fill going into the chorus.
I beat it like a dead horse.
It's really awesome. And then she talks about how I hope you cry when I say goodbye. So it's about her divorce. It's about her relationship, going into that relationship and then her exit. So it's interesting to hear these things about her personal life. Overall, though, the song is a jam. All right, so let's go into the next track, My Friend.
My friend, when the blood is dried, my
stop real quick and say that this song has like jazzy type drumming to it, but then it also has like an 80s kind of synth sound in the background. It's really interesting. The first time I heard this song, I was kind of blown away, to be honest with you. I was like, this is the sound that I kind of want to associate with Petals for Armor. And then when the chorus comes in, it's just so pleasing to the ears. I don't know. I'm a big fan of this song.
Who could take your place? Who could take mine? None could take your place. None could take mine. My friend, escape death forever. Escape death forever. We stay safe together. Escape death forever.
Yeah, so that's My Friend. I almost have like nothing bad to say about that song. Actually, I don't have anything bad to say about that song. I love it. I love the feel of it. I love the chorus. I love the funkiness to it. I mean, like in the second half of the song with that kind of funky breakdown going behind, it's so unique. My Friend, 2 thumbs up. Okay, next is Over Yet. Let's go.
If there's resistance, it makes you stronger. It's not the end. If there's resistance, it makes you stronger. Make it your friend.
You know what's interesting is the beginning of this song, after she's done, singing a little bit and then it's just instrumental, it almost sounds like a 8-bit, 16-bit like video game track, which I love that sound. So it's funny to pick that out of this song. Not sure if anybody else gets that vibe, but I do, and I'm down with it.
It's the right time to come alive, baby, if you wanna try to get out of your head. Yes, rip your sweat, baby, tell yourself it ain't over yet. Every dark part of me. Rip your sweat, baby, tell yourself it ain't over yet.
So that is track number 8, Over Yet. I think it is an amazing song. One of my favorites off the album for sure. She did like a workout video, kind of like an 80s style kind of workout video to the song, which fit perfectly and everything like that. 3/4 of the way in, it gets a little darker, a little brooding, and then it gets back to the chorus to kind of finish things out. Just the overall theme that there are serious things going on, even in a song like this that sounds like very bright, very like pink and yellow to me. I don't know, like, the 80s kind of workout colors and everything like that. But yeah, I really love this song. Super catchy. I thought this could have been like a single, but then overall, like, this song doesn't represent Petals for Armor as a whole. So definitely understand that approach, but I love this song. Also, not sure if you guys are catching on to this, but I love part 2 so far a lot more than I do part 1. We're 3 songs into part 2. Dead Horse, My Friend, Over Yet. All bops, all great songs. Let's get into the 4th song though. Roses, Lotus, Violet, Iris.
I've seen your body, and I have seen your beauty grow. Roses, 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 roses.
For me, this song is definitely like a more of a slow burn. I feel like I would listen to this song if it's like raining outside, I'm sitting in the coffee shop, I'm just kind of, zoning out a little bit to the beat. Gotta be honest with you guys though, I don't think this is a very strong song on the record. I know a lot of people liked this song when it dropped, and I do like the song overall, but I feel like it's too long in my opinion. I don't know, it just feels like it doesn't offer anything different as it goes on for nearly 5.5 minutes. Like I'm only halfway through the song right now, and I want to go to the next song. I mean, mainly because I know what the next song is, but it's just I feel like it doesn't grab me. It doesn't hold me down and go, here's a new dynamic part coming up. And I don't know, it just doesn't grab me and say, Kyle, listen to me. It just doesn't grab me all that much.
Thorn in my own side, and I will not return to where I once was. Well, I can break through the earth, come up soft and wild.
Yeah, like just listening to that previous part, like she gets loud, and she has such a beautiful voice, and it just shines through. And then it's like that weird kind of electronic tone flowing into the chorus. It's just like, I don't know, it just seems so out of place. There's just something off to the flow of this song for me. I feel like that part that we just heard would feel great live. It would be this burst of her huge voice, and then going back into the, like I said, that little electronic tone, then back into the very kind of droning chorus. Is just, I don't know, falls flat. Definitely ends on a beautiful note. The fading kind of out, almost like a harp sounding, but I wish that was placed in the song interspersingly rather than just the droning sound of the chorus, and the chorus just feels so long. Okay, so let's get into Why We Ever Next. I did a review solely on this song. I love this fucking song. I love it. And there you go. First time I cursed on the channel, but I love this fucking song. Okay, let's listen to it.
Open your mouth, say something warm. I've spent a while on the stranger side of your door. How do you sound? What do you look like now? I try to replicate our movements in my mind, and I can't seem to remember why we ever felt we had to say goodbye. 10-can telephone from your home to my home. I can't feel your energy no more. No more, no more, no more, no more. No more, no more, no. I spent the weekend at home again, drawing circles on the floor. I just wanna talk about it. I know I freaked you out.
Okay, so this song is so beautiful. The second half of the song is almost like her on the stage and like a jazz band kind of riffing around her in such a subtle way, but as an evolving sound, not the same thing over and over. And I just feel like this song coming right after Roses makes me like Roses that much less, and it's one of the strongest songs on the record. Dare I say my favorite so far. I love the fact that the production of the song, they keep these kind of creaking, almost sounds like her house you know, just these intimate details in this song. I don't know. There's something about this song. I can't really put my finger on it besides what I just explained. It's just, I don't know. It just speaks to me. Hits me in my bones, you guys. Okay, so we are finally here at the third part of the album. There's Pure Love, Taken, Sugar on the Rim, Watch Me While I Bloom, and Crystal Clear. Haven't heard any of these. Let's begin part 3, Petals for Armor, with Pure Love.
The opposite of love is fear. You think you know me? Wait till I open up to you. If I want pure love, must stop acting so tough. I give a little, you give a little, you get a little sentiment. If I want your love, ooh, got to open up. I give a little, you give a little, you get a little sentiment.
Okay, so far I'm loving this song. We're a minute in. Mentions cinnamon in what sounds like the chorus, and yeah, bright sounding. Still hear that kind of like funky bass going through. I'm digging this so far.
A deeper way to understand the line between who you are and who I am. If I want pure love, must stop acting so tough. I give a little, you give a little pure love. If I want pure love, must stop acting so tough. I give a little. If I want your and if I want sentimental.
Whoa, holy shit. That was a 3-minute and 7-second just joyride. That was just pure awesomeness. See, I dig the structure of a song like this way more than a song like Cinnamon. That's just my personal preference, just kind of what makes sense to me, maybe. And oh my god, vocally, she absolutely crushed it in this song. Definitely some Whitney Houston vibes going along, and she's been, you know, she's vocalized before that she loves Whitney, and yeah, definitely some R&B feels. This song was just fun. It was so fun. Love it. Man, that was refreshing to hear that song on this album. I'm interested to see if part 3 is going to sound more like Pure Love and, you know, other variations of that, but let's see where we go. That was a lot of fun to listen to. I can't wait to listen to that again. I just finished listening to that and I want to replay it, but we're going to go on to the next one. Let's go on to Taken.
My feet won't touch the ground beneath me. I'm flying, but I'm not afraid to fall. I wear my pretty jets with big ass sneakers, but we don't gotta go nowhere at all. If anybody asks you, I'm taking. If anybody wants to know, he is too. If anybody asks you, I'm taking.
So, interesting. I guess she's saying she's not single anymore, which hurts my heart. Wait, I have a girlfriend. Sorry, Meg. No, but for real, that's cool. Also, overall, digging the sound, and I'm liking the vibes here. Still got that funky bass. Like, throughout this record, the bass is just shining. And I think that's because the bassist from Paramore, or at least the touring bassist, helped out on this record. And then, you know, Taylor York, obviously, he produced this record. And I think she talked about how, like, it would have been weird to just say, like, I don't want any help from the guys on this record. So it just made sense for them to work on it. But it's Hayley's project. Like, it's her solo record. So I'm not sure if people are confused on that part or not. Anyway, let's keep going. This is one of the shorter songs on the record, only 2 minutes and 46 seconds, but I'm loving it. Let's go. Ooh.
Would I do it all again? Oh yeah, in a second. I'm taking.
Oh wow. It was I was like ready for it to keep going, but it ended. Yeah, that was a really good song. Like the guitar in that song. I feel like the breathing stuff in that song was a little, I don't know, felt like it could have been left off of that song, but overall, I really liked it. I really enjoyed it, and it's cool to know that she's kind of getting back out there, or, you know, she is back out there and has a boyfriend or whatever she has. But yeah, like that song. Maybe the theme on the part 3 is going to be about love. First 2 songs are about, you know, being in a relationship, I guess. So, let's see. Sugar on the Rim is the next song. Man, I'm kind of sad that like I'm getting close to the end here and I only got 3 new songs to listen to, but I'm excited. Let's do it.
Sugar on the rim. 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 Sugar on the rim.
Do you taste old shame when you lick my wounds? 'Cause I feel redeemed in spite of you. Had a life in hiding, but a storm kept coming in. Could you be the silver lining, like sugar on the rim? Never felt this sensation, a kiss to every sky.
Sugar on the rim. Sugar on the rim. Sugar on the rim. Sugar on the rim.
Shock to not hide.
Sugar on the rim.
Wow. Okay. So that was an interesting track. As far as like the order, like this being after Taken and Pure Love, again, don't know if order matters to you guys, but it matters to me a little bit. Like when I'm listening to an album in chronological order, I feel like that should have been before Taken and Pure Love, because it's more about like you taking me by surprise, kind of like meeting somebody and realizing, holy crap, I like you. Do you want to stay for the sweetness or do you want to leave and be bitter? But anyway, I think that should have been before those 2 love songs. But as far as the sound, this sounds straight from the 80s. This is such an interesting song. I can like picture the music video for this song. Not sure if she's going to do one. I don't think she has done one. But if she did, I could see like TV screens, like a bunch of them, and just kind of like that 80s style vibe. Kind of like a little bit of the style of the Dead Horse video. But yeah, that was an interesting song. I like Taken and Pure Love way better than that song, but good song. Here we go. 2 songs left. Let's go into Watch Me While I Bloom.
How lucky I feel to be in my body again. How lovely I feel not to have to pretend. Shocking to feel a positive charge, innocuous thrill, big invisible spark. You wanna look inside of me, one side of me. Here's something new. I'm alive in spite of me, and I'm on the move. So come and look inside of me. Watch me while I bloom. I wanna look inside of me and just watch me bloom. You only got one side of me, but here's something new. Till you pull up your roots, leave your dirt behind. Ooh, got a lot to learn. You wanna look inside of me and just watch me bloom. You only got one side of me, but here's something new. Watch me while I bloom. Ooh, wanna look inside of me and just watch me bloom. You only got one side of me, but here's something new.
Okay, that was Watch Me While I Bloom. I like the beginning of it, and I like the song overall, but I don't know. Pure Love is just going over and over in my brain, and I keep comparing songs to each other and everything like that. Watch Me While I Bloom is obviously about her, becoming, she mentions it in the song, herself, but, more sides to herself and, blooming into maybe a different kind of person, but still the same person. So I was interested in listening to the lyrics and the song and everything, but I don't know. There was something about it that was a little flat for me. Again, that was just my first listen, so I do feel different about songs, and I'm sure you guys do too, when you listen to a song the second time, third time, and so forth. Also, I'm not looking at the lyrics. I'm just listening to them. So, okay. So we have made it to the last song off of the record, Petals for Armor by Hayley Williams, called Crystal Clear. I have heard 20 seconds of this song, and I've also heard that there is something to do with her grandfather with this song and some love songs that he wrote. I haven't heard that part yet or anything like that, so I'm excited to hear this. Let's dive into the final song. I feel like we've been on this journey and now it's ending, so it's kind of sad, but here we go. Crystal Clear.
I don't wanna shut you out. I don't wanna rush around or slow down. This time I wanna stay right here. I wanna make it crystal clear that I won't give in to the fear. Crystal clear. I won't give in to the fear. Crystal clear. I won't give in to the fear. I remember standing on the edge, closing my eyes, counting to 3, jumping with the rush in my head.
Okay, so far, I really love the drums in the background, and then this kind of reminds me a little bit of Roses, but I like this way better than Roses, where it's kind of a little bit repetitive, but just the airiness of the crystal clear parts, I really dig. So, yeah, sorry to pause it, just wanted to get some thoughts in there, but let's keep going.
Here we go, gonna risk it again. Let's hope it's the last time. We don't know how this could end. Let's hope it won't have to. Won't have to. Crystal clear.
Okay, so that was the last song, Crystal Clear. I'm so sad that it's over. I want to keep listening to new songs by Hayley Williams. So I had read some stuff, and I didn't want to expose myself to too much stuff, but there was some parallel between her and her grandfather was kind of a little bit of a songwriter himself, and he wrote and sang love songs about his wife, And Taylor had played one of those songs in parallel with Crystal Clear, and Hayley came into the studio and, had a moment, hearing that. So this is a love song by her, not being afraid anymore, thinking that things, you can't be afraid and you just got to go for it. So I definitely identify with the song. I think it's a really beautiful song and pretty appropriate ending, I think, for the record. And it's interesting how I feel like each part of the record have different kind of themes, so to speak. It's an interesting, cohesive album, I think. There's a lot of all over the place stuff on this record. Okay, let's do like a first reaction of my favorite songs real quick. Let me just scroll through the list. So Simmer, Sudden Desire, Leave It Alone. Favorite song, part 1. Part 2, Why We Ever, top song. Then probably My Friend, Over Yet, Dead Horse. Oh my god, that's so hard. Part 2, the only song I don't like there, or, not my favorite, is Roses. So part 2 is just bursting at the seams with jams, in my opinion. And then part 3, Pure Love, Taken, Sugar on the Rim, Watch Me While I Bloom, Crystal Clear. Man, a lot of good songs. I think at the moment, Watch Me While I Bloom is my least favorite, which is kind of crazy, I think, because I feel like that's a good song. If I just had to react, I just listened to all these for the first time, so it's hard. Pure Love, Pure Love is probably my favorite off of part 3. And then maybe Pure Love, Taken, Crystal Clear, Sugar on the Rim, Watch Me While I Bloom. Final answer. That's my order. That was an hour, I think, of just listening to songs by Hayley Williams, and I loved it. Some songs aren't my favorite, like Creepin' or Cinnamon or Roses. They're just, not my favorite songs in the world. I think, honestly, those 3 songs I would have left out, but so many good songs, in my opinion. As far as, like, her growth as a musician and artist, I think it's clear that she just had some stuff that she wanted to get out in a different avenue than Paramore. They were exhausted from Paramore doing the touring for the After Laughter album and everything like that, and I can't even imagine how exhausting that is. And this kind of just became a thing on its own, this organic thing that she needed to blurt out into the world, and I'm happy that she shared it. And there are a lot of different topics on this album, mental health issues, going through stuff individually, and then, talking about friendship a lot. I didn't see a lot of people mentioning that, but there's definitely songs about friendship on this album. And then there are love songs. So it's like there's a lot of different things on this record, and I really enjoyed that part of it. I enjoy that there are that many songs and there are different, themes throughout. Now looking at all 3 parts and not just picking favorites from the parts, I'm going to pick my top 3 for the album. Okay, so I just re-listened to a couple of my favorites. I think my top 3 off of this album are Why We Ever is right there at number 1 for some reason. I just can't get over that song. Pure Love coming in at number 2, I think. And then number 3 might be Dead Horse. I can't believe I'm picking 3 right now. There's so many good songs on this album, and I feel like I'm shunning Simmer because I've heard it the most, and it was the first song. And sometimes when you hear like a single, the first single of a record, it like automatically in your mind you're like, that can't be my favorite. It's tough, but right now I'm loving Why We Ever, Pure Love, and Dead Horse. I can't get Dead Horse out of my head. The chorus is going on in my brain right now. Given that I just heard 5 songs for the first or second time out of the album, my first impressions of this album, rating-wise, I'm going to say it's like a 7.5. It's more than solid. I really like this album. If some of the songs that I didn't love weren't on there, I think it would be a lot higher. But I'm rating the album as a whole. I enjoy the funkiness of some of the songs. I enjoy some of the softness. I also enjoy some of the 80s synth, new wave vibes and everything like that. Just really interesting sound. I had no idea what to expect going into Petals for Armor when she started releasing songs, or even when she announced the project. I can't wait to see this live. I bought tickets for the tour, which, you know, had to be canceled due to outside circumstances, but I really can't wait to see her perform this live with some other members of the band, hopefully, and everything like that. Man, I just feel like I went on a little bit of a roller coaster ride going from start to finish on this album. Really love part 2 and part 3. Part 1 is good, but you know, as the album goes on, I think it actually gets stronger. I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Hopefully this video isn't an hour long, but it is going to be a beast to edit. Thank you guys for sticking with me. And of course, let me know your top 3 favorites. Like I said, mine are Why We Ever, Pure Love, and Dead Horse. Did I just change the order? I hope I didn't. Oh my God. I'm sure I'll have a different top 3 a week from now, but yeah, let me know your guys' top 3 from this album, and what would you rate the album? I'm going with like a 7.5 right now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and watching this channel. Just, yeah, thank you guys so much for your support. And as always, I will see you guys in the next episode. Later.